Okay, we're going to do part 12 of Prevent and Reverse Obesity by me, Pete Rogers. We're starting with obesity theory number 5. And by the way, obesity is multifactorial. These are all things that contribute to obesity. So the next one is chronic stress. When you're chronically stressed out, you're more likely to get fat. It's because the cortisol, it raises your blood lipids. Hyperlipidemia causes insulin resistance. It basically pushes you in the direction towards type 2 diabetes. You tend to gain weight. Typical picture of the person with Cushing's syndrome, chronic high cortisol, is a big fat belly. Okay. People often then they get insomnia from that chronic stress, and then they try to treat it with caffeine. So they all just make it worse because it adds to the vicious cycle, because caffeine does the same thing, elevates cortisol and catecholamines. Catecholamines are adrenaline, noradrenaline, same thing as epinephrine, norepinephrine. Okay, so try to manage your stress. Be religious. Religious people are a lot healthier. Give it over to God. Avoid negative people. Okay, next one is social behavior theory, that obesity is contagious. Birds of a feather flock together. If you hang around fat people, you're more likely to be fat because you'll have a tendency to eat what they eat, to think the way they think, to have similar habits. So, all you got to do is study all the skinny people all over the world. There's all these skinny people. They eat low-fat, primarily plant-based diets, lots of starch, a lot of fruits, lots of veggies. Okay? The more veggies you eat, the skinnier you'll be. The lower the percentage of calories from fat, the skinnier you'll be. Social thinking theory. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. This is a little bit like that other social theory, but it's also like this is more generalized for America. Most Americans eat the standard American diet. That's why it's called the standard American diet. Or they'll eat some version of the Mediterranean diet, which is really like a bunch of nonsense with olive oil and other oils and animal foods and alcohol and all this other stuff. So not smart. And you don't want to half-ass it. Moderation kills is what Caldwell Esselstyn used to say. You want to think biblical. Thou shalt not. Thou shalt not. Unless if you're an alcoholic, you don't drink anymore. Thou shalt not drink alcohol, ever. If you're a smoker, thou shalt not smoke, ever. Okay, so same with diet. It should be like the 10 Commandments. So here's some dietary 10 Commandments. I think I got more of them later in the book, but here's dietary 10 Commandments for getting started. Thou shalt not eat meat. Nothing from an animal. Thou shalt not eat ultra-processed foods. They've all got all these chemicals in them that make you gain weight. Thou shalt not eat fried foods. Fried foods are a disaster. Never want to eat them. Thou shalt not eat any food with oil in it, not even if it's just one distant ingredient. You shouldn't eat it. It's very high caloric density. It makes people fat. It's toxic to the gut. Thou shalt not drink caffeine. Okay, that gets you into these vicious cycles of insomnia, chronic stress, elevated blood lipids. Thou shalt only eat starches, veggies, and fruits. Don't add salad dressing to your salads. You don't need to. You get used to not having it. Skip the dressing. You'll look better undressed. Thou shalt eat only organic food. Thou shalt only eat single ingredient foods. If there's a second ingredient, they can add stuff to it without telling you, like MSG, MFG. Thou shalt filter thine water, because there's a lot of estrogenic chemicals in the water that have an estrogenic effect on the body, which is to store fat. The baby might need it for energy, so to speak. Estrogen levels go up when a woman is pregnant, so you want to avoid all that stuff. Okay, I hope that was helpful.